All right, I got to tell you guys something. All right, I am exclusively doing this interview with Jenny. Okay, she's
Absolutely
my
not.
only. I've been listening to the podcast. She's the only true supporter of the Golden God. Chappell kind of, just masquerades as
Yes.
a Golden supporter. But and Rob, whatever, man. Come on,
David, I haven't given enough support.
No. You
man.
can't sit with us, David.
Yes.
We're a family now.
Jenny, do you have any
David, Chappell,
questions?
Jenny.
Yes.
Jenny, do you have any questions for me today?
I have so many questions. The first question is, how the hell do you do it? How do you do this?
Does your back hurt from carrying, such?
Chappell,
I need.
do it. Can we get back in the mix now? My back hurt.
I am in
I forgive you.
awe
Always
of the
forgive.
magic that we have witnessed.
Guys, can I just? I love your coverage. It's so good, like listening to you guys debate the show and being into it and stuff. And like, I'm a huge fan of yours too, Rob. So it's just really cool to hear you guys talk about it.
David,
Even when you're not being so complimentary to me.
Okay, well, I'm trying to remember when we were not so complimentary to you, but it is an honor to get to speak with the Golden God, especially on this day where let us all congratulate you on your incredible win. We have so many questions on how you did it. I would love if you want to come back another time and critique all the podcasts.
Let's do it. Let's do a deep dive.
Please,
I'm actually going to start a podcast critiquing podcast.
No, please. There's so much of that out there already.
Dave has a podcast, and I'm going to be like,
wrap it up. Yeah.
What Chappell said about Will and me.
No,
Okay.
stop it.
All right,
shenanigans. These are
David,
shenanigans.
no, but seriously, that I came away from this TV show wondering, like, do you have some kind of psychic ability? Because what you did, I was mesmerized. How did you do it?
Oh man, how woo-woo do we want to get on this podcast? Like you guys
Do it. I want to know.
Like, I definitely feel like, because I'm really big into the meditation things, and sometimes, man, I see things and it just comes true. I know that's going to sound a little bit wild or crazy, but it happened for me on Survivor. It happened for me out here, and especially with that final case game, like I was seeing it. Like I was seeing which cases to pick. They were lighting up. It was like a little Mission Impossible, like boom. And I just was closing my eyes and trusting in my dad's presence. I felt like my father was with me. And yeah, it happened. I was seeing the signs, man.
We were sitting around wondering what the finale was going to even be like. We're like, oh, they've given away all the other secrets. There's like, it's going to be down to a final two. What could we possibly spend this entire hour doing? And it was literally watching you play the bank. It was the most riveting TV we've had all season, and it's not even close. David, what is it like watching that moment back?
Man, it was like being there again. So I got a screener on Thursday of the finale because I had to do some interviews about it early on. And man, I couldn't sleep for like 48 hours. I was back there. It was just, and I remember watching it on my laptop screen, because the screener you can't put on the TV. Thank you, NBC. Mm-hmm. And I was watching on this tiny little screen, and I was like, no, take the deal. Oh, wait, that's me. I'm watching. It was so intense, but the dopamine levels in my brain right now, you guys, are so through the roof. It's insane. Like I can't sit still. I'm jumping out of my skin. So it was like being back there, and like that was such a big moment for me, a big spiritual experience. And I was just humming for 2 weeks after that temple. I was floating around. Like I can't even remember what I was doing. I was like flying here, and then I went back down to Australia for a week, and then I came back, and I was just floating, and I'm floating again because I just feel so good.
What was it like, having to silence the voices, because you had everyone there just saying, take this deal. Your beloved allies, from the family saying, David, please take this deal. And you just followed your instincts on this. Everyone looked so stressed out by the end of this. I hope that you bought them a round of drinks at least, because it just felt like, how were you able to tune it out?
What's it like looking so beautiful on the podcast every week, just showing up?
This is how he does it.
This is how he does it.
This is how you do it. And I'm okay with it. I accept it. Yes. Go on. Sorry.
It was amazing. Like what was funny is like, guys, I love making television. So I know I've got this big moment I'm about to play. And in my brain, I've already kind of mapped out where I'm going to go. And I'm thinking Will's going to be my foil. He's going to be against me.
Yeah.
So I'm like hoping Will's like going, take the deal, David. And I'm like, no.
No.
Like, that kind of thing. But then we get so deep into the money pit that everyone's telling me to take the deal. And then I just had to really kind of trust my instincts. And they, like, a lot of that is being like, take the deal, David. I don't know how they've edited it together, but looking at Pav, looking at Lachelle, they were such calming forces for me. Like, they were with me in it, you know? And I would like, there was definitely times where I was like getting kind of flustered, but I'd look to Pav and she'd just be like this little ball of energy and light beaming out. And I'd be like, oh no, okay, I'm good, I'm good. And then I'd look at Lachelle and Lachelle would be like, what's meant for you is meant for you. And I'd be like, yeah, it is. This is meant for me. I want all that money. So I just kept going.
Yeah, you quoted her. I noted that, and I was wondering if that was something that had stuck in your mind. And it just, I saw you were kissing the necklace. You kept going back to the necklace. Did the necklace really help with this whole selection of these cases?
So what I do when I play is like I like to connect with my family, and I had them kiss the back of all the, like I've got a couple different discs on the chain, and they kiss it, and then that's how I really feel their presence. So I meditate every morning. I'm in the game. Same thing on Survivor. Like I got breath work. They didn't really show it for Dondi, but like I wake up at dawn and like do my breath work. And then I will just go through and have like a little conversation with my son and my daughter. And like, I have those conversations. And this time it was like really a lot of conversations with my father. And he was great, like amazing man, miss him a stack. And he just was so present for me out there. And I hadn't really had that before. Like I usually am talking to the kids and my wife. And so the discs were just like a grounding kind of energy without me having to get back into a meditative state. So I usually will spend, I don't know, like 15, 20 minutes in the morning to meditate when I'm not with them, to just like connect with them. But then when you've got the visual representation on your chest, I can kind of be like, oof, like it just would reconnect me, like ground me again.
Wow.
Your work against the banker was incredible, but getting to the banker was also amazing. Your social game is probably underrated in this season because we start the episode off with the cliffhanger of, is Philip going to cut you or not? Or is he going to, I guess, tank your game and leave you in the final 2 spot? Were you surprised that you got such a high case from Philip?
No. I think Philip and my relationship wasn't really shown. We were tight, man. Like we might not have been like in a direct alliance, but like Philip and I got along like a house on fire. And we were having a lot of deep and meaningful chats. And I kind of came into that case game. And like you guys know, you say it's underrated, but my social game is why I win these things. Like I just have this ability to kind of give people what they need in the moment and read them really, really well. And I had read Philip's character. I'd got to know him really well over the course of those 20 whatever days. And I just kind of knew Philip was the kind of person that he's such a positive influence. He's been through so much in his life. There's no way he could have a negative impact on someone else's life. He just was not a negative person. There's not that negative impact in him. And they didn't really show it, but Philip and I had a really nice moment. Like I gave him this speech where I was like, he asked like, why did you do that to me? And I was like, listen, man, the only thing I could guarantee you in that game is $75,000. I knew that was guaranteed for you. That's all I could give to you, guaranteed. I don't know how much you would win if you made it to the end. I don't know what you would do after this. You could have got knocked out. You could have lost to the banker, but I know I can give you $75,000. And we just had this really genuine moment on that bridge, which they have to have that cliffhanger of, oh, was Philip going to give me the case? Because otherwise, I guess it would have looked like I snowballed him. But he was always giving me the high case. And Philip is just such a great dude and a really positive role model for people, especially people who have been through similar circumstances to him. And I love that guy. He's a great dude. So I know it looked like we had a bit of tension or whatever, but no, to me, Philip was always giving me that high case.
I have to ask David because we saw that you had this conversation.
Whatever you like.
Okay. Well, okay.
Oh,
I wish
no.
we did not have a time limit because I have so many questions. So Philip and you have this conversation about Parvati and like never let someone become a millionaire on TV more than once. And such a funny little asterisk there because, ultimately we hear Chrissy Teigen, our banker, ask you about the money you won on Australian Survivor. But you ended up not really being in control of telling people that you had played and won Australian Survivor. So what was your plan if it weren't for the fact that Will kind of, during that final challenge reveals it? And then how many people did overhear that? Did Philip overhear it?
I'll give you
have
guys
a conversation about it?
I'll give you guys what really happened.
Yeah.
So they get off the show and they're in the cast hotel. They get their phones back. So by the time we get to final challenge, everyone knows who I am. I'm putting this 2 and 2 together while we're sitting on that final challenge. We got about, I don't know, I waited 6 hours before it was my turn. So all I've got to do is sit there, think about what possibly could be coming up, because I'm away from it. I can't see what's going on, but I'm like, okay, for sure they're bringing people back and I can hear stuff happening, but I can't see it. And I call in Matt Kuhn as the showrunner. And I'm like, Matt, if there's people coming back for this challenge, they're going to know my secret. And I had a full fake life. I'd been selling these guys 7 years of fake life, like Dondi Brasco in there. Like I had full deep undercover.
Brasco.
Deep undercover. And I was like, this is going to blow my shit up bad, Matt. And he was kind of like, look, yeah, all right. They have had their phones. So I have to give you that information, but they have had their phones. And I was like, well, what the fuck? Like, oh, can I say, sorry. They're crazy. This is going to blow my whole game up. And he was like, well, dude, how good are you? And I was like,
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm good. All right. I'm good.
And they were,
Let's go.
you're right.
So then it kind of changed the way I thought about going through the challenge, actually, because I knew they knew. And I just wanted to come through that gate. And I've done Final Tribal Council before. I've seen Final Tribal Council. I've seen it before. And I feel like people always fall down, not to give away too much about my game, but I don't think I'll ever play a Survivor game. But people fall down by trying to claim stuff that's not theirs, or they're like, it takes a village to get there, Like, yes, you make the big moves, you do the things, but people want just some humility and they want to be a part of your win. So I went in there, I made sure that I opened that gate. No matter who was on the other side, I was going to give them all the love, all the props for what they did, helping me get there, being a part of my alliance. Yes, I might have deceived you about who I was, but like, isn't that good gameplay? Isn't that how you win a good game? Don't you want your winner to have done something really cool like that? Or we could go with someone that, pretends to be truthful, or like integrity. What? Integrity in a game show? Come on, man. So I think that's just really how I changed my strategy and gameplay.
David, how does the Dondi win and this big prize compare to your Survivor win?
I mean, I feel good after this win.
Yeah.
I feel like shit after Survivor. It took me like 2 years to physically recover. And then, yeah, the $500,000 is great, but like $500,000 dues is like what, $10 US at the moment. So it was amazing. Like, this is just so much money, you guys. And on top of that, I feel good. I'm sitting here talking to you guys. I haven't lost weight. I probably put weight on. And it's just been an incredible experience. I got to play with the biggest Survivor star of all time. I got the greatest game show host of all time, Joe Manganiello. Like, it's like a dream come true for me. Is not only have I like transitioned to the big show of US television, I'm on the best show, the biggest prize, the coolest cast, and the best host.
Best podcast.
Best
podcast. Best podcaster, Jenny.
Okay.
Fair.
All right.
never recover.
We got the signal that we got to wrap up soon, but anything real quick you want to just share with people, David?
We have to wrap up. Why? I want to talk more to you guys.
Well, hey, come back
Listen,
anytime.
you
have to do it again.
You literally owe me a drink.
Guys,
Or 5.
Will gets 4 hours. I get 15 minutes.
Look,
That's
that's not our
that was
rules.
wrong. He
About-
wasn't there.
It's not our rules.
David,
Maybe
you
not
can deep
4
dive with
hours
me and
today.
Jenny. Yeah, Rob wants to talk to Will. That's fine. We and Jenny have reserved you a spot here. Okay, so let's just fine.
All right, well, guys, look, check me out on Dave Has a Podcast, where I'll be
Dap it up.
episodes from the finale of Deal
Mhm.
Island. Where's that bell? Can you press the bell for me? Let me hear it.
There
There
we
you
go.
There you go. Okay. All right, David, congratulations on your amazing win. Hope that we can talk some more in the future, and really all the best to you and your family, okay?
Man, honestly, like, I love what you guys do. It's been so cool listening, and like, congratulations to you, man, to build this empire of podcasting for people who love reality TV, and I'm one of them. So thank you.
Well, David, thank you, and we're making Shannon super jealous today.
Oh,
okay?
yeah.
All right.
Exactly. Precisely.
All right. David,
One parting shot. No, Shannon, I love you, baby. I love you.
All right. Thank you so much, David.
And
and all the best.
actually, I've got some beef for you, Shannon.
Yes.
You asked her who the greatest Survivor players of all time.
Ooh, you see
She
everything.
had to think about it.
She said,
She had to think about it.
okay. Yeah, she said either
Drag
she
her.
was giving like the Family Feud
Who was the
answer of
second
what
name
would
she
people
said?
say.
She
She
said, who
said
was
you
the
or
second-
George would be the answer.
Who is George?
I don't know, honestly.
Exactly.
But
David,
who
you
is
saw
Shannon?
what I said. You
Yeah.
heard it.
We said that's daddy right there. You should have brought back the leather jacket. Okay.
All right.
That's-
All right. Now, okay.
Stop
We
it.
got
we gotta go, we
All
gotta
right,
go.
David.
4 hours another time, David. 4 hours
Anytime.
another time.
Okay. All right.
I love you guys. Thank you so much.
This is RHAP. We know reality TV.